Salutations to the lotus feet of my spiritual master Sri Siva Baba of Kelambakam, Chennai, India, and thank you to my Pannisai Guru Oduvar Samidandapani of Lewisham Sivan Kovil, London. பாடல் மந்திரமாவது நீரு, பண் காந்தாரம், ராகம் நவரோஸ், தாளம் ரூபகம், ஊர் திருவாலவாய், பாடியவர் திருஞானசம்பந்தர், திருமுறை 2. Shankaram, Siva Shankaram. Let us first look at the history of this beautiful temple and the beautiful song behind this. Now, Madurai is one of the iconic places in Tamil Nadu and was part of the Tamil Sangam. And there's a lot of literature which happened and which was initiated and started in Madurai. You know, the Sundareshwar, Meenakshi Sundareshwar temple is one of those iconic temples, not only in South India, but all over India, and people flock to this temple. Now, about 3,500 years, that's what people say, Indira, when he came to this earth to relieve himself of the sins of a Guru Hati Dosham, which he had, that is, of killing his Guru. He came here and he was wandering in the Kadamba Vanam, that is, this place of Madurai was part of a Kadamba Vanam, a Kadamba forest. He suddenly saw this Swayambhu Lingam there, and he was very attracted towards it. He started doing puja to it. Then he built a tower over it, or a Vimanam or a Gopuram as they call it. He built and he started doing puja. Then Siva was very pleased, and with his trident he hits it on the ground, and that's where you get Pon Tamarai, okay, the lotus, which is the golden lotus that exists in that pond, in that tank. And obviously all the other, looking at Indra, the other gods also, they started coming and they started worshipping the Siva there. Now, you know, if at all you had listened to my other video on Pidiyadan Uruvumai, you would remember that there was a sparrow from Valivalam that came to this tank. It dipped itself in this holy tank and then prayed to the Shiva here, Somasundara as it was called then, of Thiruaalavaay. And then it learnt the Mrityunjaya mantra and then went back to Valivalam and became strong-minded. So just remember these words, and when I come back to this, you will understand why I emphasized on the word strong-minded. Now, so after some time, a few centuries maybe, I don't know when, someone sees that all the gods are worshipping, they somehow see with their own eyes. A localite of Madurai, he sees that the gods are worshipping this Shivalinga in the forest, and he goes and tells Kulasekara Pandya, who was the then king. You know, Madurai is a Pandya Nadu, okay, it was ruled by the Pandyas. He tells the king then in the 5th century, about the 5th century, and the Kulasekara Pandya also comes and sees it. He is also attracted to the Sivan, and he builds the entire temple now. Now, after the 5th century, obviously Thirugnanasambandhar comes here around the 7th century, and he sings his Padigam. So that is why we know that the structure obviously existed. Now, we'll just fast forward little more, and when the Muslims came around the 14th century, they heavily destroyed this temple. So after the Muslims went away, it was the Vijayanagara Empire that started rebuilding it, and then it was taken over by the Nayakars. They, according to the Shilpa Shastra, the Nayakar dynasty, they built the entire city that now exists. It already used to exist in the same way, but according to the Shilpa Shastra, they looked at it and then they did the town planning. That's why you see the Madurai temple, or the Madurai city of that time, was in the form of concentric squares. And now it is so well planned that it is now a reference, you know, for city planning, and people even follow this. Let us look at some of the legends. As you all know about Thiruaalavaay, that is Shiva Peruman's Thiruaalavaay. Let us look at some of the legends that happened here in this great temple. So, one strikingly amazing fact about this is the Nataraja idol of Madurai temple. You know, Nataraja, he normally stands on his right foot, and his Urdhva Tandam, one of his foot, the foot that is outside, that is dancing, is the left foot. But here it is the opposite. Now, why did this actually happen? So there used to be a Pandian king called Rajasekara Pandian. He knew about 63 of the 64 acts. Okay, he didn't know only dancing, and he didn't want to dance because he thought Madurai is the place where Siva Tandavam happens, and if Siva is dancing, then who am I to dance? So that is why he never mastered the skill of the 64 arts, as they call it, not acts, arts. Now he somehow learns dancing, and then he realizes that dancing is so difficult. Then how does Shiva dance for such a long time? He keeps on dancing. Doesn't his leg pain? He always thinks. But at that time, when Shiva was dancing, when he was actually calling all the people for his festive lunch, basically he was going to get married to Meenakshi Devi. And he calls Vyakrapadar and Patanjali Munivar also. But Vyakrapadar tells, no, I want to see your dance because I have never eaten without you dancing. So that is why Siva actually dances. And that is when Rajasekara Pandian also sees him. He's supposed to have thought, why is he dancing for such a long time? Won't his feet pain? And but the others are unable to tell him this. So one Shivaratri, when he is doing the puja, he thinks in his mind, he kind of cries, oh Shiva, you are actually dancing like this. I'm unable to see that. I'm unable to bear the fact that your foot will pain. And then once he opens his eyes, Shiva has actually changed the position of his dance. So now he is standing on his left foot, and Urdhva Tandam, this leg is actually dancing. So that is the Nataraja idol that you see. Now let's come to the actual Meenakshi story. This also people say is a legend, but we don't know. Now I've already told you that there was one Kulasekara Pandya who built this temple around the 5th century. So let's fast forward a few centuries, and there used to be a son for this Kulasekara Pandya called Malayadwaja. Now he didn't have a son. He and his wife Kanchanammal, they didn't have an offspring basically, and he really wanted a son. And Kanchanammal, in her previous birth, was one of the Gandharva, or a lady Gandharva or something. And she had a boon that she will be a mother for Parvati herself. So somehow this all gets connected in this birth. When she is the wife of Malayadwaja, they do a yajna. First they start with an Ashwamedha yajna. But actually Ashwamedha yajna is to get Indra Padavi, Indra status, the status of Indra. So Indra himself comes down because he doesn't want to get rid of his status. He tells them, no, you do Putra Kamishti Yagya because that is what you want a child. So he then starts doing the Putra Kamishti Yagam. You know, this Putra Kamishti Yagam is also the reason for Lord Rama's birth. So that is why you see that tradition is followed. That Putra Kamishti Yagam means if you do that Yagya, you will definitely get a child. So they beget a child, and that from the fire itself Durga Devi comes, or Parashakti comes, the Ambal comes, and it fulfills that boon that Kanchanammal has got in the previous birth. So they call the child the Tada the Guy. Okay, that's what she is called, and she suddenly got 3 breasts, and this guy is actually a bit Malayadwaja, he's a bit upset because he wanted a son. So he suddenly hears an asiriri that you raise her up as a child, you raise her up as a boy, okay, or as a man, with teaching him all the martial arts and all the skills and all. And once once she sees her husband, then the 3rd breast will automatically disappear. So he raises her as a child, and he's okay, he's happy, he raises her as a child. Then later on he dies, and he gives the kingdom to this queen. So Queen Tada the Guy. And she keeps on, so she's very well versed in warfare, and she defeats anyone who is her opposite. And she's got one condition, that she will get married only to the person who can defeat her in warfare. So she goes up north and all that, and she's almost in Mount Kailash. So Lord Shiva actually sends the Buddha Ganas to defeat her, but she easily defeats them. And then when the Lord comes in front of her, she, I don't know what happens, she's like mesmerized and she's unable to fight with him, and then she succumbs to defeat. She gives in to him, and the 3rd breast automatically disappears. Then they come to Madurai and they are getting married. Now that's how then they come and rule this. They rule this. So now we have seen a lot of history about this place. So let's look at the deities in this temple. I've already told you the main shrine is Sundareshwar, okay, the main Shiva idol. Then there is Meenakshi. So Meenakshi here is made of Maragadam, that is emerald, and she's normally depicted in green. She is also called Angayar Kanni. Angayar Kanni means Kayal, Kanni. Is beauty, Kayal is a fish, and Kanni is one who's got eyes. So she's got eyes of a fish. Now you know, normally the belief is that Angayar Kanni, that is one who is fish-eyed, because fish protects its eggs, right, just with its eyes. So like that she will also protect us. But in my opinion, actually a fish hatches its eggs by just looking at it. So in that way, because it is hatching its eggs, I feel that when Meenakshi Ambal looks at us, she is actually hatching us, or she's taking us, she's elevating our spirit. So she's giving us more intellect, and she's giving us the path towards Jnanam. So now you understand when I first said in the beginning that when the sparrow got Jnanam, or it got good intellect, it got mind focus, it got everything. That is because this Ambal gives them that. This temple is the source of Buddha energy, that is the green energy, Mercury energy, and Mercury helps you get focus, and it helps you become stress free, etc. So it gives you a good mind. That's what the Buddha energy does, the green energy, or the green aura, as you see. Now also here many poets have sung, and one more deity you can definitely, so you know Shyamale Meenakshi, sung by Muthuswami Dikshitar. So it's all on Meenakshi, and they say that the Meenakshi, she doesn't close her eyes. Lalita Sahasranam, they say Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhunavali. That's what, she doesn't close it, because once she closes eyes, there will be pralayam on this earth. So she is protecting this earth. Now outside the Sundareshwar shrine, there is a 7 feet tall Mukkurni Vinayakar. Now Mukkurni is actually 3 measures. Okay, Kurni is some measure in the Tamil language, or in those times. So normally they give him 3 Kurnis, or 3 measures of rice. And he was not found here. He was found in a Teppakulam, in a tank which is about 3 kilometers from this place. Now let us look at the history of this song. So you remember around the 7th century when Thirugnanasambandhar was here. So before we even come to why he came here, there used to be a Koon Pandian. There used to be a king called Koon Pandian, or Nindusser Nedumaran as he was called later. He was into the Shaivite religion. So he had embraced he had embraced the Jainism religion, and he was always surrounded by these Jains. But his wife and his minister's wife Mange Karsiyar and his minister Kulicharai Nayanar, they were strong Shiva devotees. They always wanted Thirugnanasambandhar to come here. So when Thirugnanasambandhar was in Vedaranyam, another place, another temple, they summon him. So they call for him. And at that time when Thirugnanasambandhar is along with Thirunavukkarasu tells him not to come to this place, because he knows that the Sakyas, that the Buddhists and the Jains will cause him harm, and also it is not the proper time in his planetary position. So that's when he sings Veyur Tholi Bangan, and he tells Appar Swami that nothing will happen to me, and he comes here. Now the moment he comes here, he is greeted by Mange Karsiyar and by Kulicharai Nayanar, and he is made to stay in a guest house there. Now on the behest of the summoner saints, the king actually, they light fire to his house, because they come to know that he's come and they don't want him there. But to the dismay of the king, what happens is the fire, when it is lit to the house, it is somehow transferred, in the sense the fire gets put out on the house, and that heat which is supposed to burn Thirugnanasambandhar comes to the king. So Nindusser Nedumaran actually gets that veppa noi, as they say, or Theepini as they call it. The heat related is, so some boils, some fever, very high temperature. So it basically kills him, it burns his body. Then Mangaikarsiyar actually calls Thirugnanasambandhar, and he comes and he sings this beautiful Padigam. This Padigam is only about Neer, is only about the ash from Sundareshwarar. And the moment he sings that, before he actually sings this Padigam, the Jains actually say they think he's one Manthiramavadhu or something. They say they try to get rid of this disease, but they are unable to get this rid of this, and that is why he sings this Padigam. But before he sings it, they say, okay, we will treat half the body, you treat the right hand side, and Thirugnanasambandhar will treat the left hand side. So once Thirugnanasambandhar actually sings this song, the left hand side is automatically relieved of this veppa. And then after that, he knows that they are unable to do anything because they apply all this banana leaf and all sorts of leaves and all in their Vaidyam, in their Siddha, but they are unable to get rid of this veppa, this disease. But then he sings this again, and he's able to relieve the whole body of Nindusir Nedimaran. And then they also kind of have, so this is the Vadam, as they call it, the debates between Thirugnanasambandhar and the Jains. They call it Anal Vadam and Punal Vadam. So this was Anal Vadam because it's related to fire. And then after, it is said that after all the Vadams, after all the debates, the Nindusir Nedimaran drives away these Jains and he embraces the Saivite religion. Thirugnanasambandhar actually sings this song. He is only talking about the significance of Neer. He is not even describing the Sundareshwarar Swami at all. So he is saying how, so if you see this Padigam, when we come to the meaning, you will understand it. Mostly the last line will say the Tirunira, the smeared ash of the Sundareswarar does the following things. And the following things will be in the first 3 lines of the Padigam. So every line, of the stanzas, and every stanza of this Padigam, you will see the same pattern. This Thevaram can be sung to relieve one of any mental suffering, that is if you are mentally stressed or very low, mentally low, or any physical related diseases or physical sufferings like any viral fevers or anything that burns your body, etc. Now the purpose of all these songs is for us to feel the love of Shiva and to progress spiritually. The more we sing these Thevarams, the deeper our understanding. Singing this Thevaram with an image of the temple and the deities in your mind gives you the connect to him and gives you the same benefit or punyam of physically visiting the temple. Now people with a limited time can choose to sing just the first and the last stanza of this Padigam. Now let us look at the meaning of all the 10 stanzas. Manthiramavadhu Neeru, Vaanavar Meladhu Neeru, Tan Sundaramavadhu Neeru, Thudikkapaduvadhu Neeru, Thandiramavadhu Neeru, Samayathil ulladhu Neeru, Senduvar umai bangal Thiruaalavaay Tirunire, the sacred ash of whom? Thiruaalavaay, that is the Sundareshwarar in Thiruaalavaay Koil, in Madurai Kovil. Whom has he got as one part? Bangan. Senduvar umai, that means the Uma Devi whom he's got as one part, who has got Senduvar, that is coral, the red coral, right? Red pavadam. Red coral like lips, Vai. Now, the sacred ash of this Sundareshwarar is like the following, the first 3 lines. So, Manthiramavadhu Neeru, it's mantra to be meditated on or to be chanted. Vaanavar Meladhu Neeru, the celestial bodies, they smear the ash on top of them. Sundaramavadhu Neeru, it gives anyone who smears it beauty, it gives them beauty. Thudikkapaduvadhu Neeru, that means it allows someone to praise it. It is praiseworthy, that's what it means. Thandiramavadhu Neeru, this Neeru itself is the Agamas, is the book itself, okay, is the book of the Saiva tradition, or of where all the principles are laid. Samayathil ulladhu Neeru, Saiva Samayathil, that is in the Shiva tradition, the Shiva religion, Shiva following, it is ingrained, heavily ingrained in it. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, who has Umadevi with red coral-like lips as his better half, is like a sacred chant adorned by celestials, adds beauty to those who smear it, and makes those who smear it praiseworthy, is the sacred text itself, and is indelibly ingrained in and an integral part of the Saiva tradition. வேதத்தில் உள்ளது நீர், வெந்துயர் தீர்ப்பது நீர், போதம் தருவது நீர், புண்மை தவிர்ப்பது நீர், ஓதத்தகுவது நீர், உண்மையில் உள்ளது நீர், சீத புனல் வயல் சூழ்ந்திரு ஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. So the ash of Thiruaalavayan, Thiruaalava, the Siva of Thiruaalava, which is surrounded by Suzhanda, Sida Punal Vayal. Vayal is fields, Punal is flowing water, Sida is cool and refreshing, and or clear water. Okay, cool and refreshing water, the fields that are filled with this kind of water. Now the ash of this Thiruaalavayan is the following. Vedathil ulladhu neeru, it is said in the Vedas. Okay, some good things have been said about the neeru, about the ash in the Vedas. When tuyar teerpadu, so the burning troubles, when is the white. So you know, when troubles really kill you, really burn you, those sins, it removes them. Teerpadu. Bodham taruvada neeru gives you intoxication into the Siva bodham, into the Sivanyanam, or into just intoxication into the love for Saivism or to the love for Shiva. Punmai tavirpada neeru. Punmai is any meanness. It removes, removes any meanness. Odattaguvada neeru. It gives you the, it is suitable, told by someone, and it is passed on from guru to disciple. So that is what it means by odardu. Unmayil ulladhu neeru, it is always in the truth, it is the truth itself. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, that is surrounded by cool water fields, is referred to and spoken highly of in the Vedas, removes burning problems, gives intoxication to Shiva or his love, removes meanness, is fit to be chanted and passed on from guru to disciple, and is the truth and is present in the truth itself. புத்தி தருவது நீர், முனிவர் அணிவது நீர், சத்தியமாவது நீர், தக்கோர் புகழ்வது நீர், பத்தி தருவது நீர், பறவையினியது நீர், சித்தி தருவது நீர், திரு ஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. So the ash of Thiruaalavayan of Sundareshwarar is like the following. Mutti taruvadu, it gives you salvation. Munivar anivadu, the rishis who smear them, it gives them beauty, it adds beauty to them. Satyamavadu neeru, it gives truth, it is always the truth. Takkor pugalvadu neeru, so people who are worthy of being Siva's devotees, takkor, tagudi ullavangalku, it gives you praise, it praises them. Bhakti taruvada. Patti is nothing but bhakti. So it gives you devotion, gives one devotion. Paravainiyadu neeru. It is pleasing to be spread. Parava is to spread. Siddhi taruvada neeru. It gives you all the Ashtama Siddhis. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay gives salvation, is adorned by sages and gives them beauty, is the ultimate truth, praises worthy devotees, gives devotion, is pleasing to be spread or praised, and gives one Ashtama Siddhis or special yogic powers. காணையினியது நீரு, கவினை தருவது நீரு, பேணி அணிபவர்க்கெல்லாம் பெருமை கொடுப்பது நீரு, மானம் தகைவது நீரு, மதியை தருவது நீரு, சேணம் தருவது நீரு, திருஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. So the ash of Thiruaalavayan is like the following. Kanainiyadu neeru, it's very pleasing to see, kanardu, to see. Gavinai taruvadu neeru, kavinam means beauty, so it adds beauty, it gives you beauty. Peni anibavarkellam, peni is what? Devotion or love. Someone who shows, who wears this with a lot of love, it gives them what? Perumai, gives them greatness, or it makes them very great. Manam tagaivadu neeru, Now this has got two kinds of meanings, two kinds of interpretations. Mal means death, and Thagaivad is Taduppadu. So it deters death, that is one meaning. Or Manam Thagaivad is, Manam is greatness, okay, or those heights. It gives you the Tagidi to become great, okay, to go to that, to elevate yourself, okay, in the spiritual world. That's what it means. You can take it in any way. Madiyai Taruvada, Madi is intellect, so it gives you that intellect. Senam Taruvada Neeru, it takes you, Senam is remoteness or height here, again spiritual heights, it takes you to spiritual heights. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay is pleasing to see, bestows beauty, gives greatness to the one who smears it with love and devotion, deters death or helps to achieve the greatness, enhances intellect and takes one to spiritual heights. பூசையினியது நீரு புண்ணியமாவது நீரு பேசையினியது நீரு பெருந்தவத்தோர்களுக்கெல்லாம் ஆசை கெடுப்பது நீரு அந்தமதாவது நீரு தேசம் புகழ்வது நீர் திருஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. The sacred ash of Thiruaalavayan is பூசையினியது நீரு. It is pleasing to even smear. Okay, பூசை, to smear. Punyamavadhu Neeru, it is very holy. Pesa iniyadu neeru, to speak about it itself is pleasing, it is sweet. Iniyadu is sweet. Perinthavattorkalakkellam, people who do great penance, severe penance, tavam seibavargalukku, perum tavam, big tavam, great penance, severe penance, asai keduppadu. Asai is all the desires it cuts, keduppadu, for these people. And andamadavadhu neeru, he is the destination, okay, or salvation. That is what is Andamadavadhu Neeru. Desam Pugalvadhu Neeru. So Desam is countries. Pugalvadhu, they the whole country, Pugalvadhu, it praises Thiruneeru, the sacred ash. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay is pleasing to smear, is holy or virtuous, is delightful to talk about, destroys desires, and is the route to salvation for those who perform severe penance, and is praised by all. அறுத்தமதாவது நீரு அவலம் அறுப்பது நீரு வருத்தம் தணிப்பது நீரு வானம் அளிப்பது நீரு பொருத்தமதாவது நீரு புண்ணியர் பூசம் வண்ணீரு திருத்தகு மாளிகை சூன் திருஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. So Thiruaalavayan ude neeru, the ash of Thiruaalavayan, which has got Tiruthagu. Tiruthagundu, that is, which is fit to be beautiful. That's what Tiruthagu means, it's beautiful. Beautiful Maligai, mansions. So surrounded by beautiful mansions of the Thiruaalavaay, the ash of that Thiruaalavayan has got the following. Aruthamadavadhu neeru. That Arutham means meaning. But another meaning for Arutham is selvam, is wealth. So it is the wealth, okay. Avalam aruppadu neeru, that is the troubles that really trouble you, the severe troubles, okay, that is what is avalam. Aruppadu, it cuts it out. Varuttam tanippavadu neeru, any distress, it sidelines it, okay, it alleviates. Tanippadu, this is Moondru Shrina, so it alleviates any distresses. Vaanam alippadu neeru, it gives you the heavens or the celestial kingdom, or it can give, you can go to the celestial kingdom. That's what it takes you till there. Poruthamadavadhu neeru punniyar poosam vanneeru. Poruttham means it is correct, it is fit for you, it is fit for everyone of all religions. Everyone can smear the ash. That's what it means. Punniyar Poosavannir, all the holy people, they also smear the ash. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, that is surrounded by beautiful mansions, is wealth, removes severe sufferings, alleviates distresses, opens the doors to the celestial kingdom, is suitable to smear by all, and is adorned by the holy people. எயிலது அட்டது நீரு இருமைக்கும் உள்ளது நீரு பயிலப்படுவது நீரே பாக்கியமாவது நீரே துயிலைத் தடுப்பது நீரே சுத்தமதாவது நீரே அயிலை புலி தருசூல திருவாலவாயான் திருநீரே. The sacred ash of Thiruaalavayan, what does he have in his hand? Ailai politharu sulam. So he's got a sulam, he's got a trident. Ailai poli, poli means increasing. Ailai is kurmai, sharpness. So he's got a trident of increasing sharpness. And the ash of that person, of the Thiruaalavayan, is the following. Eilada attaduna, it burnt. The ail, Shiva burnt the floating cities, right? He's talking about that. So ail is the floating cities, attadu is burning. It burns them. Irumaikum ulladhu neeru. Iruna two, irumaina two kinds of happiness. That is in this birth and the next birth it gives you, or it is in that, it is ingrained in that, it gives you that happiness. Payilappaduvadu neeru. It teaches you how to, where all you can smear. So paila means wherever you can use it, right? So people, some they apply ash here on the forehead, some apply on the hands, some apply on the body. So it gives you the procedure of applying, right? That it gives you, or it gives someone the practice or the procedure of applying the neer, the ash. Bhagyamavadhu neeru, very fortunate. Okay, people who apply this are very fortunate, very lucky. Thuyilai tadupadu. Thuyil is slumber, it stops slumber, which means it takes you to a state of spiritual awakening. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, who holds a very sharp trishul or trident, burnt the floating cities of Tripura, gives happiness in this birth and the next, teaches how to smear the ash, bestows good fortune, takes one to the state of spiritual awakening, and is itself very pure. ராவணன் மேலது நீர் எண்ணம் தகுவது நீர் பராவணமாவது நீர் பாவம் அறுப்பது நீர் தராவணமாவது நீர் தத்துவமாவது நீர் அராவணங்கும் திருமேனி ஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. Iravanan meladu neeru. Obviously, Ravana also was a big Shiva Bhakta and he used to smear ash. Meladu neeru. He also used to smear ash. Ennam taguvadu neeru. Gives you fit thoughts, gives you very good thoughts. Ennam. Okay. Paravanam avadu neeru. Parashakti swarupamave irukkirathu. So this ash is a rupam is a form of Parashakti, of the Ambal, of the goddess who protects this earth. Pavam aruppadu neeru. Any sins, it cuts it out, it kills it. Dharavanamavadu neeru, tattuvamavadu neeru. Both are pretty much the same meaning, which means Dharavanam is the reality. So, and Tattuvam is also reality or ultimate reality. It teaches you this, or it itself is the ultimate truth or the ultimate reality. Ara vanangum tirumeni. So, the Alavayan Tirunire, whom Ara is cobras or the snakes. Vanangum is to bend around, or you can say even pray, or adorably pray to, or who adorably love Shiva. You can take it in any form. That Tirumeni, his beautiful body, whom the snakes bend around or worship, that Alavayan, that the ash of that Alavayan does the following, which I have already spoken about. Summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, on whose body cobras adorably twist around, was smeared by King Ravana, gives good thoughts, is the form of Parashakti, destroys sins, is the ultimate truth, and is the ultimate reality. மாலுடையன்னறியாத வண்ணமும் உள்ளது நீர் மேலுரை தேவர்கள் தங்கள் மெய்யது வெண்பொடி நீர் ஏல உடம்பிட தீர்க்கும் இன்பம் தருவது நீர் ஆலமதுண்டமிடற்றும் ஆலவயான் திருநீரே. மாலோட அயன். So Mal is Thirumal, that is Vishnu. Ayan is who? Brahma. Ariyada Vannam. They could not even know the top, and you remember when Shiva came as a column of light, Then these two, one goes to the head and Brahma goes to the head and Thirumal goes to the foot, and they are unable to reach. That is what he is talking about. And adala vandu neer irukra. So who in that Sivan, he's got that neer. Okay. மேலுரை தேவர்கள் தங்கள், the celestial bodies, மேலுரை தேவர்கள், okay, who are sitting there, the celestial bodies, தங்கள் மெய்யது வெண்புடி பூசி, வெண்புடி நீரு. வெண்புடி is that the white powder, ash, they smear on their body. மெய்யது, here many, மெய் is the body. ஏல் உடம்பிடர், ஏல உடம்பிடர், ஏல means already born. Okay, so ஏல உடம்பு, in that already born body, idar thirkum. So in this birth, it cuts out all the troubles. Idar thirkum, it destroys the troubles, and invam daruvadiran, gives you happiness. Okay, gives one happiness. And the alavayan, the ash of this alavayan, who alamadu undam idatrum. So the one alamadu means, alam is visham, is the poison, who this alavayan ate, and he is holding in his neck. Midatra. Midatra means in his neck, here in his throat. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, who drank the poison and retained it in his throat, was beyond comprehension by Vishnu and Brahma, is the holy white powder that the heavenly celestials besmear their bodies with, removes troubles in this birth, that is already born body, and gives happiness. குண்டிகை கையர்களோடு சாக்கியர் கூட்டமும் கூட கண் திகைப்பிப்பது நீரு கருதையினேயது நீரு எந்திசைப்பட்ட பொருளார் ஏத்தும் தகையது நீரு அண்டத்தவர் பணிந்தேத்தூ ஆலவாயான் திருநீரே. So we'll go to the last line first. Andattavar panindethum. Andattavar is the gods, the celestial gods who panindethum, who praise. Ethum, panind is to worship, who worship and praise, who this Alavayan, his ash has got the following. Kundigai Kayar. Kundigai means, kamandalam. These Jains, they used to hold a kamandalam, that kind of a bowl in which they used to go for begging. It's got a handle also. Kayargalode. Kayargal is people who have done cheap acts. Okay, low people. That's what they say. You can call them the Jains. Now you can call it also people who have got this kamandalam in their hand. Kayar, who have got it in their hand. So you can take it in any way. But normally Kayargal is people who have done cheap acts, like those Jains at that time who did some cheap acts. Sakyar is the Buddhists. Kootamum, that Kootam, that crowd, with those people, Kuda. Kan Tigai Pippadu. So this neer, this ash, it made them surprised. It made them amazed. Tigai Pippadu means Tigai Kiradu. It makes someone perplexed or amazed. Okay, their eyes, kan. Karuda iniyada neera. Karuda means what? Thoughts, or you can say it is pleasing. Iniyada, pleasing to meditate on, or gives you pleasing thoughts. Okay. En tisai pattu porulor. En tisai means ettu tisai paruvad. Who? Sivan, who is in 8 different directions. Porular Yetum, that is north, northwest, south, southwest, southeast, like that. So if you add those directions, they come to 8 directions, right? In that, where Siva is spread, Pottu Porulor, Yetum Tagaivada needed, gives you that fitness to praise him, that Sivan, who is spread in 8 directions. The summary is, the sacred ash of Lord Shiva of Thiruaalavaay, whom the celestials praise and worship, caused the Jains who had pitchers in their hands and the Buddhists to be baffled at its power, is pleasing to meditate upon, and qualifies devotees to praise the Shiva who pervades in the 8 directions. ஆற்றாடல் விடையேறும் ஆலவாயான் திருநீற்றை போற்றி புகழினிலாவும் பூசுரன் ஞான சம்பந்தன் தேற்றித்தனன் உடல் உற்ற தீப்பிணையாயின தீர சாற்றிய பாடல்கள் 10 Vallavar nallavar thame. Aatral is energy or the power or the strength. Adal vidai erum. Adal means what? The strength to kill or to kill. Okay. Vidai erum. Vidai means the vidayavan, the bull. Erum, the one who rides the bull. So, Alavayan, Tirunitrai, the ash of the Thiruaalavaay who rides the bull which is capable of killing or which has got the strength and the capability of killing. Potri Pugali Nilavum. I am a Pusuran Jnanasambandhar. Pusuran means Brahmin. Thirugnanasambandhar, Jnanasambandhan. Who potri, who praises and who is from Pugali Nilavum, who is residing in Pugali. Nilavum is stationed in or resident of Pugali, of Thirupugali, which is Sirgazhi. Thetri. Thetri means authoritatively he is stamping, that he is telling. Okay, he has already told you the significance of this of the Tirunira in all these 10 verses. Okay, that's what is Thetri, or is established the superiority of the Saivism. Tennan Udal Utra. Tennan means what? The Arasan of the south, Ten of the south, who is the Pandian king. This is Nindrusir Nindumaran. Okay. Udal Utra, Udal, Amanoda body, his body, Utra, Thipini. Thipini means the heat related disease. Okay. Pini is disease. Aina Thira. He removed that by saying the significance of the ash. Satriya Padalgal. Satriya means that he's composed or he's written these Padalgal, these songs. Pattum 10. Vallavar, those who say Nallavar Dame, they are all good, they will all become good, they will all be people, they will all be good people. So those who tell these 10 verses, okay, they will all be, they are all good people only, they will be good. Summary is, I, Thirugnanasambandhar, a Brahmin of Sirgazhi, that's Pugali, have composed and sung these 10 verses with conviction and praised the significance of the sacred ash of Lord Siva of Thiruaalavaay, who rides the all-powerful strong bull Nandi, thus curing the Pandian king of his heat-related disease. Those who recite these become good and virtuous. Shankaram, Siva Shankaram.